It took years for Mary Nally to unlearn her negative perceptions of Appalachia, but now that she has made a career out of recognizing the strengths of the region, Nally wants to teach the community about its assets. My name is Jamie Clarkson, reporter for Valley Reality. I sat down with Nally to learn more about the non-financial wealth that this region has to offer.
So there's this tension between the truth in many ways that our region does not have much financial wealth. Yes, it is a struggle for many of us to be able to properly fund our schools, to be able to take care of our infrastructure, because it's a rural space and that means that there aren't that many people to pay taxes, and also because of a number of local, state, and federal policy decisions, the money that has been made here hasn't stayed in the region. However, we do have all of these other kinds of wealth, right? So we do have very strong cultural wealth.
First, Nally talks about the rich culture of Appalachia and how this community can use it to their advantage.
In being a rural Appalachian community, that means that we do have many, many families who have been here for multiple generations, and that our Appalachian culture hasn't been disrupted, if you will, which means that we still have lots of people who have those subsistence living skills. We do have people who know how to grow their own food, who know how to hunt, who know how to feed their families, who know how to preserve food, and we live in communities where people know each other and take care of each other. So there is this kind of consistent pull or obligation or understanding that, if we have a neighbor in need, we're going to step in and assist them, or, drive that, second cousin to work back and forth when their car is getting fixed, or things like that may not happen in an urban area or in a community that is not as intimately connected.
Looking around, it's easy to see that Appalachia is rich in natural beauty. But what does this flora and fauna offer to the community?
I guess maybe you could call it environmental wealth, where we live in one of the most biodiverse temperate forests in the nation. We live in a climate where we can, with very little technological inputs, grow all of our food year-round. We live in a place where solar energy is readily available.
The Appalachian community is uniquely resourceful, according to Nally.
Other wealth that I talk about is, I was trying to think of another way to say this, but I call it Appalachian scrappiness. Let's call it Appalachian ingenuity, because I feel like that might not have such a negative, financial connection to it.
But this resourcefulness is more than just a fun quirk. Nally suggests that this is a sign of perseverance and resiliency.
I know in my home area, many people that are basically, they're MacGyvers. They can fix your roof, your car, or your toilet without needing to go to the store. They either have the spare parts from some other thing, or they're able to, really cobble things together and make things work. So it's this, this brilliant intelligence that people have with their hands, and with, the skills and the time to take things apart, understand how they work, and then put them back together.
Nally says that entrepreneurship is another resilient pillar of this region.
Entrepreneurship, I feel like I don't know a single friend who hasn't started a business at some point, or their own nonprofit. So that entrepreneurial spirit, because there isn't an obvious job available to some people, they say, well, I'm going to create one, and then, employ my friends and neighbors and build something new. That takes a lot of bravery and courage, and I think it also takes not knowing that others might think that's not possible. So to me, all of that kind of wealth is far more sustainable than financial wealth.